So I've been thinking recently that I haven't done a video in a long time, and this morning I had a no-show client, and I realized it would be a perfect window into revealing deeply about me and my practice, to talk about what my process is around client no-shows. In the beginning, no-shows were really hard for me. I started my practice about 3 years ago, and when they happened, I took them personally and felt betrayed because I had spent all this time, creating the space, preparing for the session, the pre-session phone call. Pretty quickly, I had developed a policy where I request advance payment for the first session, because people get nervous before they show up for the first session, of course. People reach out for a session not because life is hunky-dory and they're fulfilled. They reach out for a session because they're in need, because there's anxiety or fear or loneliness. And when we're in that state, it can tap into our sense of self-worth, which feels extra vulnerable to let another see us. There's a fear like, what if this person will see that I'm unworthy? Which is all an illusion, but it feels very real. So until someone meets me, that fear can be big. And so the first time that I had a client no-show experience that really was revelatory for me was about 1.5 years ago. And I was really distraught because I had put a lot of effort into, talking to this person, really creating a safe place for them to feel like they could schedule a session, preparing for the session, rearranging my schedule. They didn't show. And at first I was in tears. And in the middle of this, oh, woe was me, I had this realization, wait a minute. If I really believe that I'm creating my experience, and I do, why did I create this? And I realized that my ego was eating this experience as food for the victim story. That I am a victim of random experiences in the world, that I show up for people and they don't show up for me. I try so hard. The world is so scary. It's so hard to make a living. And I saw right through it. And I realized that is totally out of alignment with the entire purpose of why I stepped into this practice. This practice was my surrender of my life to spirit, to the truth, for myself and for the world, if I can help it. And that slinging guilt, either feeling guilty or slinging it against someone else, perpetrates the illusion, the Maya. The truth is that we are love and we are invulnerable. We are spiritual beings. And so why would I allow that mindset to come into my practice? So I had a no-show this morning, and I'm in a difficult financial time right now. And at first it was scary for me. It brought up some fear and stuff. And then I was like, oh yeah, wait a minute. I'm not going to go there. So I reached out and I left a message and I said, I get it. And I really heard you yesterday when we talked, that there's a lot of anxiety. These are really difficult times that we're in, and I'm still here. If you want to call back another time and try again, I'm still here. It took some practice, but eventually I got to a place where I could be, instead of, during a no-show, instead of reacting from that place of I've lost something, remembering the whole reason I'm in this practice is to bring more love to the world. So there's a little insight about my practice and no-shows and what I do and why I do it. And whoever you are and wherever you are and whenever this is, this moment now, I wish you love.